Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Gopi. In today's video, I will be reviewing the Mungyo Aquarelle oil pastel set of 24 crayons. When I first got them in October 2020, I actually uploaded an unboxing / first impression video of this set, which is still available on my channel. And that is like a very short video. I didn't even speak in it. I just put up some subtitles, and basically I only unpacked the set, and I also did like an initial swatching and a little bit of mixing, and I think I also activated some of the colors with water to see how water soluble they actually are. Since that time I have used this set a lot, and you could also see quite a lot of videos lately up on my channel where I was using this exact set, so I felt it was time for me to come up with a more detailed review on this set because honestly it's really worth it. In the first part of the video I will be talking about the pastels themselves, the colors, the overall quality of the pastels themselves. And then in the second part, I will be sharing some artworks that I did using this set, both dry and wet. I feel like I will quickly get all the cons out of the way at the beginning of this video, because the first couple of things that I'm going to mention about this set are mostly going to be the disadvantages of this set, but that shouldn't discourage you. I still believe this is an amazing set. So the first thing you will notice, this set only comes in sets of 12 and 24. So 24 colors are the maximum amount of colors that are available in this set, and that's actually very limiting when it comes to a pastel set. I think I might have changed the colors up a little bit while swatching, but the colors, the 24 colors that come with this set are white, salmon pink, yellow, yellow-orange, orange, vermilion, red, magenta, lavender, violet, dark ochre, dark brown, ochre, raw sienna, light blue, sky blue, cobalt blue, Prussian blue, cobalt green, cadmium green, yellow green, olive, dark gray, and black. Unfortunately, the colors are not equally opaque. Some of the colors, especially this light purple, as well as the light green and this olive yellow, all have opacity issues, but the rest of the colors seem pretty opaque. Another disadvantage, if that is something that bothers you, is that these crayons really crumble quite a bit. So if you use them, you will have to constantly clean your paper and do something with all the crumbles, while also keeping in mind that this is a very soft oil pastel set, so it's kind of easy to mess up a drawing if you don't pay attention to it. Overall, this is a very nice color palette. Although I have to say that the colors, many of the colors are very vibrant and saturated, which is not a problem if that's something that you're into. But if you are into more earthy colors, neutral, muted colors, then this color palette can be a little bit over the top for you. This set is very affordable. It's actually one of the most affordable water-soluble crayons next to the Crayola Portfolio set. It's much cheaper than Neocolor 2s and the Stabilo Woody crayons. The price range is between $10 to $20 depending on where you live, which I believe is a very, very reasonable price considering how much material you get and how many drawings you will actually get to make using these supplies. It's a very, very good bargain. The individual pastels all have a barcode on the sleeve, but unfortunately they are not available open stock, at least not where I live, not in Europe. But I presume they should be available in Korea, which is where these pastels were manufactured. But for now, these are not available here, which is quite sad because, as you can see, I'm running out of the white, which is a very good white, and I'm not going to be able to replace it. Another thing that I wanted to add to the consistency of these pastels, that not all the pastels are going to behave the exact same way. This is something that I'm not able to show you on video, but for instance, the light blue, for some reason, is a lot harder than the rest of the pastels, and also has a harder time activating with water. The white, even though it's very opaque, and actually my favorite whites in all pastel set, also kind of activates in creating a lot of crumbles on paper, which can be a little bit cumbersome. The rest of the pastels, however, are all equally good, and they all activate very, very nicely on paper. Now, this is not a watercolor paper, but I will try to quickly show you how they activate on paper. You can pretty much activate them, leaving little to basically no trace left behind, which is pretty amazing, because most of the water-soluble supplies, both pencils and crayons, do leave some residue behind. Also, going back to the issue of having only 24 colors in the set, since these crayons activate really well with water, you can create a lot of new colors using these basically as a paint palette. Although I have to tell you that a water-soluble pastel set is never going to behave exactly like a watercolor or a gouache set. It's always going to remain a pastel set, but still it's going to give you a lot of opportunities to create additional colors, which is really nice. Okay, so moving on to the artworks. When I first got these, I didn't really know what to do with the water-soluble aspect, so the first couple of drawings that I made with them were used completely dry, and I didn't activate them with water. By the way, I have a list on a playlist on my channel called Water-Soluble Oil Pastels, where I upload speed paints using this set and also other water-soluble crayon sets, so if you're interested, please do check that out. I have a speed drawing uploaded to my channel in which I made this cat drawing. I have to say it's not one of my favorites. I really was kind of unfortunate with the paper. It really didn't work too well with the pastels. Going back to the opacity of these pastels, these crayons work best on toned paper, whether it be gray, black, or craft paper. They appear best if you can get like a thicker toned paper. I especially use this salmon pink a lot because this color is actually missing from the 48 Mungyo Gallery oil pastel set, and I was really missing this color to create skin tones, so I'm trying to bring this a little bit closer so you can see how it appears. It's very opaque and colorful. It gives you like a full coverage, and you can see the difference between the uneven surface of a scrapbook paper and the completely smooth surface of a black cardboard. The pastels look about 10 times better on this paper, so paper is really important when it comes to using these pastels. Please be careful to choose kind of a harder and smoother and preferably toned surface. Let's see what else I have in here that I created with these pastels. I have a snowman somewhere. Just hold on a second, I will find it. No, this one. This gives you an idea how opaque the white is. Like, this is a completely black paper, and I was amazed how beautiful the white appeared on the black paper. It is very painterly, even though I didn't activate it with water. I like to use the white from this set to create snow, especially like the falling snow, because it's very opaque. A little bit, kind of, you can turn the crumbly aspect to your advantage, and also it can go on top of literally any other pastel because it's a lot softer than most of my pastels, so This is my go-to white to paint snow. This is why it's getting so short. And this drawing, which is one of my cactuses in bloom, I snapped a picture of me holding one of its flowers last year, and I created this drawing from it. And I thought it turned out pretty good. This is also, again, not activated with water. I was able to layer it pretty much as I wanted. The only thing, and you should be mindful about that, if you use this pastel on black paper, especially a lot of the white, which I said is very crumbly, you should definitely include a tracing paper in between the pages, because otherwise it's going to transfer to the previous page. If this is something that doesn't bother you, then you know, you don't necessarily have to. But like I said in my previous video, I basically stopped using oil pastels, especially water-soluble oil pastels in sketchbooks, because of all the crumbling and transferring to the previous paper. So now I keep all my new arts in here in this box. While I was in England last year, I frequently went to Paper Chase, and one time I got this super discounted pack of really thick craft papers for less than £2, I believe. This is how I protect my artwork now, by placing a wax paper in between the sheets. So it was around this time that I actually began using these pastels as they were meant to be, meaning 1 or 2 wet layers and 1 or 2 dry layers on top. I really don't recommend using more than 2 wet layers, because you're just going to scrape them off with your brush, and you're going to agitate the previous layers, because this reactivates like anything, even more than gouache. So 1 or 2 wet layers maximum, and then apply the dry pastel on top. This was one of the first one. It's actually not one of my favorites, because I accidentally made it a bit too cool. I didn't use enough warm colors in this drawing, and it doesn't seem very natural, but you know, it was an interesting study. So this next one, it's actually upside down. These are some petunias from my mom's garden, and I believe I used Stabilo Woodies along with the Mungyo Aquarelle oil pastels, and it turned out pretty good. I remember I struggled a little bit creating the background, but I think it turned out okay as well. I especially liked how vibrant the magenta and the violet looks. I don't normally use a lot of magenta and violet in my drawings, so this was a nice opportunity to try them out. Moving on. Oh yeah, there's a speed drawing to this one as well. It's a cute little red panda. I believe I found the reference photo on Pastels.com, and yeah, I had great fun drawing this one. And like I said in the beginning, the light green is actually the hardest out of all the pastels in this set. Yeah, it was a bit tricky doing the background, but other than that, it was really a fun project. Okay, what else do we have here? Oh, some fall drawings. This is based off of my own reference picture from my neighborhood, or not exactly my neighborhood, but outside my neighborhood. There's this like foresty area, and I snapped the picture in early October when all the leaves were turning yellow and red, and I think I kind of overdid the black in some of the areas. I wanted to create like a nice contrast, but I think I overdid it. It appears a bit too dark for the picture for it to look really realistic. And this is the last one that I have. Again, from the same neighborhood area. One of the trees, I'm not sure what kind of tree it was. It has very vibrant red leaves in fall, so I'm not sure what it is, but it really looked beautiful, and I decided to take a photo and draw it at home. I was really skeptical about this project when I started painting it because of all the foliage. Like, how are you going to make the foliage with chunky oil pastels? But you know, this is where the water-soluble aspect really comes to the rescue. So, you know, I just painted it, pretty much smeared the whole thing, and I went all over it with the dry pastels, and it really turned out interesting. I especially liked painting this area. This is several layers of green, black, dark brown, and also these vibrant reds and oranges, and I especially like this one. Alright everyone, thank you very much for watching this rather long video of me talking about the Mungyo Aquarelle oil pastels, which are actually one of my favorite art supplies, and definitely my favorite art supplies in 2021. Even though they do have some imperfections, they are absolutely worth the money that they cost. And as you can see, considering how many drawings, and this is not all of them because I've given some of them away, and I also have some more sketchbook art that I didn't show in this video, so I have created a lot of art with these pastels, and as you can see, maybe apart from the white, there's still a lot left. So you can expect some more speed paints on my channel using these pastels, and once they run out, I believe I will repurchase them because they are available for around $12–13-ish where I live, which is a very good price. And like a package of pastels like this is gonna last you like at least 1 year, but maybe even 2. So yeah, I highly recommend it. Don't be shy to experiment with water-soluble oil pastels. They are a very fun medium to use. So thank you very much once again. Have a nice day. Bye bye.